Solomon was providing nuggets of wisdom that I believe every single human being needs to grasp, because it's going to affect some part of your life. And one thing I love about the Proverbs is that they're so real and practical. We're actually taking the time to go through this first chapter of Proverbs and look at what Solomon was actually dealing with and what he was talking to us about and how it affects our lives in very specific ways. How do I know God is speaking to me? Next one is you'll have the inner witness of the Holy Spirit, or the peace of God. The inner certainty, or another word is the tranquility, the peace of mind that comes through reconciliation. Now, what does all that mean? Or the peace of God is to be an umpire. This is all repeat from last time, but I feel like I really need to go through this with you guys today. The peace of God. You'll know when it's God speaking to you because you will have the inner witness of the Holy Spirit, or the peace of God. John 14, verse 27, Jesus said, "Peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you. Not as the world gives do I give to you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid." So he starts off by saying, first of all, I give you my peace. And it ain't the world's kind of peace. Here is the world's kind of peace. You always wonder, well, what is the world's kind of peace? The world's peace is based upon facts and figures. I have the peace if I've got, $50,000 a year job. Well, I got a lot of peace. I've got the peace. I mean, really, and people do that. They base it upon, if the money is there, then I know this is God. If the money ain't there, then it ain't God. And so the peace of God will actually have us stepping out sometimes into things that, okay, I don't really have the money for this, I don't have the support for this, but I sense that I've got that insight. You told me. And so I'm coming into agreement with what you told me, so I'm going to obey it. And so I'm obeying because I got your peace, that inner certainty, the assurance that this is you. Sometimes when Carol and I were doing premarital preparation for couples, there were couples that they felt that they had a peace to get married because the salaries were good. They each had good salaries and they could put our money together and our dreams gonna be fulfilled. So now they got peace. And so Carol challenged one young lady, because she and this guy, they wanted to get married, and she told her just a little bit about our story at the time, how we both had great salaries, and then Carol lost her job and we had to move into my mom and dad's house for a while, and Chris had just been born, and told them about that part of our life. And suddenly she didn't have no peace no more, because she's like, I'm not willing to, she said it, I'm not willing to go through that if that happens to him. If he loses his job or I lose my job and we got to, she said, I don't love him that much that I'm willing to go through that with him. And it's like, well, he's not the one then. Because the one, it doesn't make any difference whether you got money or not. Things are good or bad. You're not marrying his money, you're marrying him. And so, but at least she caught it in the moment. She was like, I remember, never forget the look on her face. She was like, nah, I ain't willing to. And Carol didn't tell the story no bad way. Y'all know how Pastor Carol talks. She was all happy and we went through this and we went through that and we just kind of pulled together and she was all happy. And the whole time Carol's all talking and excited. This girl's going, So she lost her peace. They lost their peace. But it brought it out. Their peace was based upon everything being, we both gonna bring our salaries together and we're gonna both have good money. We're gonna have a good life. And many people do that. They get married or into business ventures together. They get into all kinds of things because we both got the money and we can pull this off financially. But you don't know what the future holds. So your peace can't be money. The peace can't just be the possibilities of what we can make out of this. Many people have come together with business adventures. We're going to each borrow money or put our house up. We're going to take out a second mortgage and we're going to pull all our money together and we're going to start this business. And they feel a peace about it because we're going to make millions of dollars. We're going to each invest $50,000, but we're going to make millions. So we've got a peace about it because of the potential. And that's not the peace of God. The peace is not the potential. for things to be right. It has to be because God said it. He said it. It's the peace that he gives us that's not like the world's peace. Whoa. Don't you love this? Is this helping you today?